like Ali versus Foreman. God's act.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Tyler and welcome back to another video on my channel. And in today's video, this was initially supposed to be the Bape shoulder bag unboxing video, and I did go ahead and record like a bit of an unboxing, and I'll go ahead and throw the clips from that in this video as I kind of am talking about these particular things. But I'm sure, as you guys can guess by the title of this video, I got scammed on Grailed and ended up winning against the scammer. And I know what you guys are thinking immediately. No, the bag is not inauthentic. It is an authentic bag. But with that being said, let me go ahead and kind of get into the story and explain what really went down and what happened. So initially, I was going to kind of give this user on Grailed a little bit of a shout out for hooking me up with this bag for like a cheap ass price, but no longer do you get that exposure, my friend, because I don't want you guys to have to deal with the bullshit that I had to deal with this seller, because it was literally just ridiculous. So I purchased the bag directly from a seller who lived in Japan, because I know Bape resale in Japan is a bit lower. Like, you really don't see things taxed on in Bape in Japan, and it wasn't like an unbelievably cheap price for the bag. It was still like $75–80 is what I had paid for it, when most of the US sellers who are selling that particular bag sell it for around $115 to $120. So, you know, the price didn't really throw me off too much. It's a pretty average price difference for a US seller compared to a Japanese seller when it comes to Bape, especially considering that the bag was a Japan exclusive release. So when I was initially shopping for the bag, his listing said the bag was brand new, never used, brand new bag. It also stated that there was no issues, no flaws with the bag in the listing. So I sent this guy an offer on the bag, and he ended up accepting my offer, so I immediately sent him the money PayPal, and he had shipped it out like almost instantly. So I had no issues with shipping or anything like that, except for the fact that obviously it took forever to get here, but that's just because it's shipping from Japan. I mean, that's honestly to be expected when you're shipping from Japan to the US. It's gonna take a couple days or a few weeks. So like 10 days to 2 weeks go by, and I end up getting the bag in the mail, and I sit here and I set up my camera and everything to record the unboxing for it. And so at this point, I'm fucking hyped. I'm sitting here like ready to record. I'm in the mood, like everything is fucking working out perfectly. I'm really hyped to see this bag. And so I'm sitting here and I take my scissors, I'm like really carefully cutting open the bag, as you guys can see here. And so I end up getting the bag out of the package, and the first thing that I noticed is kind of the plastic that the bag came in was the seal for it was not properly sealed. And I didn't really think too much of it because, you know, the bag's from 2014, adhesive can dry out in that time, so, you know, it was just kind of like whatever. So I end up pulling the bag out of the plastic, and I'm like kind of inspecting it, and at this point everything looks solid. Like, everything is straight. It's exactly what I was expecting to get from the bag. And so in the unboxing, I kind of open up the bag, show all the different pockets and everything, as you guys can see here. And so I'm kind of briefly looking at the bag, looking at some of the stitching, and I don't really notice any main issues at the beginning. And so I finish recording the video, and I go ahead and set the bag to the side for the rest of the day, because I wasn't going to be using it. I wasn't planning on going out. I didn't have any use for it that particular day. So the next day rolls around, and I decided to wear the bag to work, and I didn't have like anything in it. All I had was my wallet and a couple business cards and like a paycheck. But it was more shit than I really wanted to carry around in my pocket, so I decided I'd wear the bag. When I was at work, I was out getting smoothies at Smoothie King for like pretty much everybody, and I realized as I looked down that one of the straps, the stitching where the strap connects to the bag, was completely fucked. I'll go ahead and throw a picture in right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And so immediately I'm looking at it like, what the fuck, man? Like, I know that this shouldn't be doing this. Like, the listing said it was brand new. I know I didn't do this. I didn't have enough weight in the bag for it to even have the stitching come undone like that, and I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. But granted, when I unboxed it in the video, I didn't look too carefully at the straps or where the bag connected to the strap, and it wasn't really noticeable unless you were wearing the bag and had some sort of weight to it to where it would peel the back of the stitching away from the bag itself. So initially, when I first saw this, I started kind of panicking and freaking out, because I know the quality of Bape products, and I know that they shouldn't be like having the stitching just coming undone like that. And so initially when I saw this, I'm thinking, fuck, dude, this bag is fake. It's just falling apart because of how shitty of a fake it is. But it didn't make sense to me because everything else about it looked fine. The stitching looked fine and whatnot. So as soon as I got off work, I ended up taking it to a local boutique that does buy, trade, and sell on like Bape and sneakers and a whole bunch of shit. It's kind of like a Flight Club, except they also do Bape and Supreme and a bunch of shit like that as well. And so these guys see a lot of fake shit, they see a lot of real shit, and they know how to differentiate between legit and fake. So I decided to bring my bag in there on my way home and go ahead and get it authenticated by them. And so I brought it to them, and they were completely straight with it. Like, they said everything was fine, the bag was completely authentic, and thankfully everything was legit with the bag, but still at this point, the stitching was completely fucked. And it's not what I paid for, it's not what the listing described the bag as. It said it was brand new with no fucking flaws, no issues or anything like that. So I end up getting home that night and I file a dispute on PayPal with the dude for a partial refund because, like, I wouldn't have had much of an issue with the bag being fucked if he had just initially told me from the beginning. But the fact that he tried to, like, say it was new and say that there was no issues with it and then kind of finesse me out of money, I was just like, no, I'm not dealing with that shit. So I send the dude a partial refund and he sits here trying to tell me, like, no, the bag was perfect, I checked it before I shipped it out, everything's fine with it. And I'm telling him, like, look, dude, I didn't even really wear the bag. I have photo fucking evidence that it's completely destroyed. I'm very familiar with Bape products and, like, this should not have happened with one wear. And after I sent that message, he was just trying to tell me basically to fuck off. It was kind of a few messages of us just going back and forth. And eventually he finally gave in. I think I just bothered him enough. He realized I wasn't gonna leave him alone until he gave me some sort of refund for it because I wasn't paying full fucking price or what I had initially offered for a bag that was fucked. So I ended up getting a partial refund for about $30 from the dude, thankfully. And on top of that, since it was a bag that I was purchasing for myself, I have zero plans on ever really reselling this bag, and at this point there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to resell this bag. I had my grandma repair the strap because she is a seamstress. It's like literally what she does for her job, so she did a phenomenal job repairing it. She color matched the threading and everything for me. As you guys can see right here is the strap that was damaged, or the stitching that was damaged. It's pretty solid, spot on with the color matching. The only way you can really tell is because it's double stitched or it's got like extra layers of stitching. Essentially I had her stitch it down really fucking good because I wanted to make sure that the bag wasn't going to become detached or fall apart again. But I kind of just wanted to make this video to make you guys kind of aware of what some of the shit that people will do on Grailed and the bullshit people try and pull. It was literally my first experience purchasing on Grailed. I've sold on Grailed for a couple years now, but that was my first experience purchasing on Grailed. Usually when I purchase, I shop at local boutiques or shop on eBay and things like that, or I'll just buy directly from, you know, Supreme, Bape, places like that. I just buy directly from their website 9 times out of 10. So like I was saying, I kind of just wanted to make this video to spread awareness to some of the bullshit that people do on Grailed. If you find yourself in a situation like this where you get a product where it just isn't what was described, go for a fucking refund, dude. Literally try your best to get that partial refund. PayPal is almost always on the buyer's side of things. So I guess what I'm trying to say in this video is just don't take anybody's bullshit on Grailed or eBay or any other site when it comes to like buying clothes and shit like that. Make sure you're getting what you paid for, and if it's not what you paid for, make sure you get a fucking refund, return that shit, do whatever the fuck you need to. You know, file your PayPal disputes and all kinds of shit, because like this kind of shit is so stupid. The fact that people think that they can get away with it is just actually retarded. But anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I really don't want to see you guys in any sort of predicament like this, so if you do find yourself in it, you guys know what to do. And again, have a good rest of your evening. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.
My chance, this feel like my moment. Everyone needs